Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some more Pokemon news to go over for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and then some more Legends Arceus leaks to take a look at as well. So quite a bit to cover today. If you are excited for the video though, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the latest updates for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So this is all about radar hunting in the Generation 4 remakes. In the latest update, things have been changed in terms of what you can encounter and stuff like that. So they are still changing things in the game with each update. Now, of course, the next update, or the next big update, 1.1.4, whenever it is released, we are expecting that to have Wonder Trade, GTS, all that stuff in Jubilife that we can't access yet, because you can get into it in the game if you like glitch into it, so it's actually like usable, but we just can't get to it yet without glitching and stuff. So that should be in the next big update. We're talking about Darkrai event, Shaman event, all that stuff. No idea when that's going to be a thing, but the next thing should be Wonder Trade because all the glitches have kind of been sorted out now. But anyway, this was tweeted out by Anubis because he was quote retweeting this. So this was on December the 8th, 2021. This original tweet by Kangas Kid, who said, "So yesterday I wanted to Poke Radar for Shiny Luxio and decided to head down to the Fuego Ironworks, so it's the only spot in BDSP where Luxio appears in the encounter table, but there was a problem, there were no Luxio to be found." So then Anubis quote retweeted this saying, "It turns out Luxio is one of the few mons not raidable anywhere. The other ones I noticed were Lumise in Brilliant Diamond and Volby in Shining Pearl. Here are all the zones with species that are not available with radar. Most species are available elsewhere." However though, we then had another update to this, where this person was hunting in the same place on January the 18th, and as you can see, they find a Luxray in the grass. So then Anubis quote retweets this saying, "Interestingly, people on Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl 1.1.3 are able to find radar mons that couldn't be found in early December, which would have been version 1.1.2. The encounter tables are unchanged, so if anything changed, it would have been in code, or this is a very subtle bug, still investigating." So yeah, basically, we couldn't find a Luxio in the Ironworks in 1.1.2, but now in update 1.1.3, we can find it. So I don't know if they've like, as Anubis says, it's like a bug or something that they just accidentally did, or they have been updating encounters and stuff in new updates or whatever. But yeah, obviously it's not important because it's just a Luxio, but in the grand scheme of things, it is interesting to know that they might be changing like radar mons and stuff and where they encounter in future updates and stuff. But either way, I thought I would quickly go over that. Now the next thing that I'm going to go over are leaks for Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's all to do with new moves that are in the game. It doesn't say what Pokemon learn them or anything like that, so it doesn't kind of spoil any new Pokemon, and it doesn't say like really anything. It's just literally the move name and then what it does. So if you want to obviously click off the video now because you don't want to see these leaks, do it. But if you're not too bothered about finding out like new moves are in the game, which again doesn't spoil any new Pokemon, it just says the move name and then what it does. So we're gonna go over those leaks now. That's your warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, gonna go over some leaks. So this is posted on a paste bin, and then this is analysis 24 new Pokemon Legends Arceus moves. So there are 24 new moves that are going to be usable in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I think there's also a couple of new status like kind of things as well. Like obviously we've got burn, sleep, freeze, paralysis. I think there's a few more now, because some of them, I haven't seen them all, but some of them are kind of like talking about it. So either way, let's take a look at the new moves that are in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So the first one is called Dire Claw, and the user lashes out at the target with ruinous claws, aiming to land a critical hit. So I'm guessing this move has a high crit ratio. This may also leave the target poisoned, paralyzed, or drowsy. So that's kind of busted. Because it can have a high crit rate, most likely because it says aiming to land a critical hit. Then it can also, so it's like Try Attack, but I guess it's a physical move because it's Dire Claw. But yeah, this can also leave the target poisoned, paralyzed, or drowsy. And I'm guessing for drowsy it means that, you know how you can use, oh my god, what's it called? I can't remember the move off the top of my head. You know where you use it and it kind of, it doesn't make them instantly asleep, but then the turn after it is. I cannot remember the move, it's really, Yawn. There you go. I don't know if that's like yawn or something, so it doesn't make the Pokemon instantly asleep, but then the turn after it makes it instantly asleep. Next we have Sai Shield Bash. Cloaking itself in psychic energy, the user slams into the target. This may also raise the user's defensive stats. So I'm guessing that's the physical and special defense. But that also sounds like a very, very busted move there. The next one that we're going to be going over is called Powershift. The user swaps its offensive and defensive stats. So again, that's I guess similar to, I think we've already got, isn't that like Power Trick or something? I think we already have a move in the normal games that is quite similar to that. The next move we have is Stone Axe. So the user swings its stone axes at the target, aiming to land a critical hit. Some splinters left behind by this attack continue to damage the target for several turns. So I'm guessing this is Kleavor's move because it says it's stone axes, and I'm pretty sure that's what Kleavor has. So you can kind of make out what a couple of the Pokemon are just from their attacks. But yeah, that's also very busted. High crit rate, and also left behind by this. So it's like Fire Spin, but also has a high crit rate. I'm guessing it doesn't do like a bunch of like damage because obviously Fire Spin doesn't, and you're getting that residual damage for the for the rest of the turns. But yeah, that sounds like a really, really cool move that I'm guessing Kleavor can learn. The next one we're going to go over is Springtide Storm. So the user attacks by wrapping the target in fierce winds brimming with love and hate. This move's additional effects depend on the user's form. So maybe this does, I guess, more damage to Pokemon that have got like alternate forms or something. So like Deoxys, maybe Pokemon that have like other forms like Alola forms and Galarian forms and stuff. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, that sounds like a very, I feel like that sounds like a very situational move. Like that's only really useful when you're attacking Pokemon with alternate forms. The next one is Mystical Power. The user strengthens itself with a mysterious power. If it excels in offense, its offensive stats are raised. If it excels in defense, its defensive stats are raised. So I'm guessing this is a move that can be used by quite a few Pokemon, I'm hoping. And then if it's a more physically, well, if it's just a more attacking Pokemon, let's say something like Garchomp or something, then it's going to get its offensive stats are raised. And if it's a defensive Pokemon, like, I don't know, a bulky Pokemon, Milotic or something, its defensive stats are raised. The next one is called Raging Fury. So the user rampages and spews vicious flames to inflict damage on the target, then becomes fixated on using this move. So that's very much like Thrash, Petal Dance, something like that, where it's basically just a constant use of that move. Now, I don't know if it confuses you after, it doesn't say it does, but it says you're fixated on using this move, so maybe it just does it for 3 turns, but it must confuse you surely, because like Outrage does, all these other moves do, so I'm guessing it would, but if it didn't, I guess it's kind of busted. Next one is Wave Crash. The user shrouds itself in water and slams into the target with its whole body to inflict damage. This also damages the user and raises the user's action speed. So I think this is obviously very much for Legends Arceus. So I'm thinking by action speed, I'm guessing that's referring to the moves on the right, where it's like your turn and their turn and your turn, and you can do different like agile style or whatever to try and make your action speed more. I'm guessing it's referring to that, because the rest of the time they've just said like speeds raised and not action speed. The next one is Chloroblast. The user launches its amassed chlorophyll to inflict damage on the target. This also damages the user and lowers the user's action speed. So yeah, I'm guessing this is another kind of reference to the Legends Arceus kind of battle system. Next up we have Mountain Gale. So the user hurls giant chunks of ice at the target to inflict damage. So another ice type move there. Victory Dance. So the user performs a dance to usher in victory. This raises the user's offensive and defensive stats and increases the damage dealt by the user's move by 50%. That sounds super busted. I'm guessing it means the next move, right? Or the raise the user's, yeah, I'm guessing that's the next move. That sounds really, really busted though. The next one is Headlong Rush. So the user smashes into the target in a full body tackle. This also lowers the user's defensive stats. So yeah, that's just obviously going to be a really powerful attack that lowers. So I guess it's a little bit like Superpower, I guess, or something like that, where it just lowers your stats but does a lot of damage. Next one is Barb Barrage. The user launches countless toxic barbs to inflict damage. This may also poison the target. The move's power is doubled if the target has a status condition. So that's quite similar to, what's it called? Oh my god, that poison move that doubles damage. Is it Venoshock? I think it's Venoshock. But it can also poison them. But obviously if it's not poisoned, and it's already got a status move, then the power is actually doubled. So it doesn't matter what status condition, paralysis, burn, anything like that, the move is just doubled. But if they're not got a status move, then it can also poison the target. So that sounds like a poison type move there. Esper Wing. The user slashes the target with aura-enriched wings. This also raises the user's action speed. This move has a heightened chance of landing a critical hit. So yeah, just sounds like another high crit ratio move. Bitter Malice is the next one. The user attacks its target with spine-chilling resentment. This may also leave the target with frostbite. The move's power is doubled if the target has a status condition. So I think frostbite is a new status condition. I don't know what it does. I'm guessing it's different from freeze, unless freeze is just called frostbite in this game. Yeah, that seems to be a new status condition. Shelter is another move. The user makes its skin as hard as an iron shield, raising its defense stats. Incoming moves also become more likely to miss. So that's kind of busted. Maybe it's like Bright Powder plus increase of defense stats. Triple Arrow. So this is Hisuian Decidueye's signature move. I mean, I'm sure you're aware now that the starters did get Hisuian forms. We do have Hisuian Decidueye, Typhlosion, and Samurott. So Hisuian Decidueye is triple arrows. The user delivers an axe kick, then fires 3 arrows. That raises the chance of its future attacks landing critical hits and also lowers the target's defensive stats. So this gives you a crit boost and also lowers the Pokemon's defensive stats. We have Infernal Parade by Hisuian Typhlosion. So the user attacks with Myriad Fireballs. This may also leave the target with a burn. The move's power is doubled if the target has a status condition. So Typhlosion very much benefiting off status conditions there on the other Pokemon. And then we have Ceaseless Edge, which is Hisuian Samurott's signature move. The user slashes its shell blade at the target, aiming to land a critical hit. Shell splinters left behind by this attack will continue to damage the target for several turns. So a high crit rate and also like a fire spin for I'm guessing that's a water type move or something. I'm not really too sure. We then have Bleak Wind Storm. The user attacks with savagely cold winds that cause both body and spirit to tremble. This may also leave the target with frostbite. So again, could be that new status condition. We have Windbolt Storm. The user summons a thunderous tempest and savagely attacks with lightning and wind. This may also leave the target with paralysis. We have Sandsear Storm. The user attacks by wrapping the target in fierce winds and searingly hot sand. This may also leave the target with a burn. So these are all just status moves that also can inflict status. So you burn, your paralysis, your frostbite. Maybe frostbite is just freeze. It's just called frostbite in this game. Lunar Blessing. So the user heals its own status conditions and restores its HP. Incoming moves also become likely to miss. That is so cracked, it's ridiculous. You heal yourself, you heal your status conditions, and then also moves are more likely to miss. That is so busted. That has to be a legendary move. It has to be. And then we have Take Heart. The user lifts its spirits, healing its own status conditions and raising its offensive and defensive stats. So this doesn't heal your health, but it increases your defensive and offensive stats. So both of those moves are ridiculous. But they are all the new moves in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Some of them sound really, really good. But yeah, not long until the game drops now. Again, we're going to be playing this on the Thursday. We're going to be shiny hunting on the Thursday. We're not going to be playing through the story because we are playing it a day early. I know a lot of people don't want the story ruined, so all I'm going to be doing is playing through up to the part where I can start shiny hunting, and then we're just going to be shiny hunting for 12 hours, show the game off, and hopefully get a shiny or two. But either way, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on all these new moves? Which one sounds the most broken? Which one are you excited to use? Let me know. Subscribe if you're brand new. That's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.